Hey there, guys. Hey, back for a little bit more action, a little bit more fun. We got the Red Sox and the White Sox today. Those of you who are keeping score will notice that the Red Sox lineup looks a little bit more normal, and this is because I've changed my lineup creating strategy. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a video a little bit later on today. But first of all, we have an important game here. Red Sox are 31-19. The White Sox at home 20-31, not playing very well lately, and there's a ball to Dom DiMaggio, who's now hitting leadoff. He swings and misses at that one. It's 1-1, hitting 376, 465 on base percentage, and there's a strike in the outside corner, 1-2. Swung on, just fouled, and Wheeler couldn't hold on. Still 1-2. It's off the plate, 2-2 the count. And there's a swing and a miss. Down he goes. That'll bring up Johnny Pesky. Pesky hitting 306, takes the ball inside, 396 on base percentage, which isn't super. 1-1 the count on him. Ground ball to second base, and Michaels has that, throws over to first for the out, and there's two away. That will bring up Ted Williams, and Williams is hitting 395, takes a ball inside. He's doing everything well. 1-1 now the count on Ted. And there's a strike on the outside corner, or inside corner, my apologies, 1-2. Outside for ball 2-2. That miss is close. It's Howie Judson on the mound, by the way, for the White Sox, a 4.25 ERA, 3-3 his record. And he's got it all against him today, and that is a line drive over the head of Appling, and that gets between Metcavich and Adams over to the wall, and Williams has an easy double. That'll bring up now Vern Stevens, runner on at second base for the Red Sox. And Stevens takes a strike, hitting 314, so he's off the pace he had earlier a little bit. There's another strike to him, it's 0-2. That's just off the outside corner, 1-2 the count. Line to right center, but Philly is there, grabs it for the out. And with that, we will go to the bottom of the first inning in just a second. Let me see what we got here. All right, just a second. There we go. Sorry about that. A little bit of a delay for you, but we're back and ready to go. Bottom of the first inning now. Herb Adams up here for the White Sox. He'll be against Chuck Stobbs. Stobbs throws a changeup low for a ball, 1-0. He has a 5.25 ERA, 3-1 his record after 60 innings. Fouled away, it's 1-1. Slider off the outside edge, 2-1. I'm sorry, 324 is what Adams is hitting, but not much on base. 3-1 now the count, and he doesn't walk much. There's a strike inside, it's a full count now on Herb, and he just checked his swing. Full count remains. There's a curveball for strike 3. Good pitch by Stobbs. He rings up his 28th strikeout this season, and there's one away. Here now, Dave Philly. And he takes a strike down the heart of the plate, and then a fastball inside, 1-1. Pop up right side. Goodman, the first baseman, has that for the out. A lot of foul ground here in Chicago, and so there's two away. Here comes Luke Appling. There's a ball low. Luke hitting 255. It's foul down the third base line, 1-1. Not hitting so well so far this season. We'll see if the changed lineup will help him. It's 2-1. That's high. 3-1 is the count. And there's ball 4. He took that one all the way. So Stobbs issues his first walk. It'll bring up George Metcavich. This is, by the way, the first game of a doubleheader. That means 2 days from now we'll have the second game here. And the Sox need to win. I mean, if they lose one or especially both, and they have some problems with the rest of how the rest of the American League is going. 2-0 the count on Metcavich. And there's a ball high. It's 3-0 on George. And there's a strike, 3-1. Metcavich hitting 385 after only 13 at-bats. And that is high for ball 4. So runners now on first and second. Here's Cass Michaels with 2 outs. Michaels takes the ball low and away, 1-0. There's a ball that misses the target, 2-0 on Cass. It's inside, it's 3-0. Strike in the outside corner, now 3-1. And that's way wide for ball 4. So the third strikeout here for Chuck Stobbs. The White Sox, by the way, have not had a hit. 3 men have reached all on walks. And up now is Chuck Kress. Kress has only had 11 at-bats. So he's another one that started in real life that we weren't starting before. 1-0, now 1-1 on Kress. And there's a strike breaking ball. It's 1-2. Chopper over to Stobbs, the pitcher, and he throws to first, and that gets him out of the jam. And so that does it there for the White Sox in the bottom of the first inning. We'll go here to the top of the second. Still no score, and here's Bobby Durer. Here's a ball low to Bobby, 1-0, and another one way inside, 2-0. And misses again, 3-0, so Judson's turn to have control problems. There's a strike, it's 3-1. And there's strike 2. Full count now on Durer, and there's a swing at something in the dirt, and down he goes. That got away for a second from Wheeler. He threw over to first. I don't think that Bobby was running, though. So 1 away. Here comes Al Zarilla. Zarilla hitting 275, and he hits a little ground ball to Appling, who throws to first, and there's 2 away. Now Billy Goodman pops the first one up and out of play, 0-1. And there's a swing and a miss at a ball down and away, 0-2. In the dirt for a ball, 1-2 now on Billy, and he swings and misses at that one, and down he goes. So that was pretty quick. We go now to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score here in Chicago. This brings up Floyd Baker. Here's a ball inside to Floyd, 1-0, and it's popped up and out of play, 1-1 the count. So early doubleheader here in June, and it's 2-1 here on Baker. You can imagine probably a pretty big crowd here despite how poorly the White Sox are playing. 2-2 the count, and there's a line drive over the head of Stobbs up the middle for a base hit from Baker. So the fans that did show up are expressing their joy and glee through applause, and that brings up Don Wheeler. Wheeler, I had been hitting leadoff with his .423 on base percentage, so we'll see what he does here. He has walked 32 times. And what does he do? He hits a ground ball over to Pesky, first pitch swinging. Pesky to Durer for the force out at second, but Don's able to beat it out at first. So 1 away, and here's Judson. Now he's going to bunt. Misses the first pitch. It's 0-1. There's a bunt, good bunt down the first base line, and Tebbets all over that one. Throws over to Bobby Durer covering at the first base bag, and Wheeler goes to second. So just like that, runner in scoring position, but with 2 outs for the White Sox. Here comes Herb Adams. So the White Sox now, as Adams takes a ball, have had 4 base runners and only 1 base hit. There's a ball high. It's 2-0 on Herb. And swing and a miss. 2-1 now the count. There's a strike slider at the knees. Good pitch by Chuck. 2-2. Ooh, that's just above the knees. I was going to say that was high, but it wasn't. That's strike 3. And so that gets another strikeout for Stobbs. We go now to the top of the third inning, and the score is 0-0. Here's Birdie Tebbets. And he fouls one away, 0-1, hitting 250. There's another strike, 0-2. That's low, 1-2 the count on Birdie. Low again, 2-2. Ground ball to second, Michaels, and he can't field that one. It goes off of the heel of his glove, and not a great fielding job there by Cass, and that's going to be an error on him. So first error of the game for the White Sox, and that'll bring up Chuck Stobbs. And you have to believe that he's going to bunt. There's a strike to Chuck, 0-1. Blowing away, 1-1 now the count, and that's high, 2-1. Off the plate, so it's 3-1. Judson with control problems, and that's bunted back to the mound. Judson throws over to Kress covering at the first base bag, so it wasn't much of a bunt if Kress was able to get back. 1 away, and here comes Dom DiMaggio. Runner on in scoring position, only 1 out, and there's a strike to Dom. And a ball low, 1-1. It's just wide, 2-1 now in DiMaggio. Has line into right center field, but Adams, good fielder, runs after that and grabs it for the out, and there's 2 away. Now here's Johnny Pesky, and he fouls one away, 0-1. Ground ball shortstop, Appling over to first, that'll do it. So we go now to the bottom of the third inning, still no score in this one, and this will bring up Dave Philly to lead off, and he takes a ball from Stobbs, 1-0. Little looper over to short center, that'll fall in front of DiMaggio. He didn't have much of a jump on that one, and there's a base hit, that'll bring up Luke Appling. Philly, fairly good runner. And there he goes. There's a ground ball to second, and Durer only played was first base. And so Philly goes to second. That's a productive out, I suppose. That'll bring up Metkovich here. Hitting 385 again. Takes a ball. He walked last time up. There's another ball outside, 2-0. Way outside, 3-0 on George. There's ball 4 high and inside, so Stobbs has walked him twice, and that brings up Cass Michaels. And now here's the question. Michael's a good bunter, hitting 297. Does get on base. He also walked earlier today, but I think we're going to bunt with him. And that's a bunt that bounces high in the air. Stobbs fields it and goes to Goodman at first base for the out. That one caught the Red Sox off guard. Now there are 2 men in scoring position here for Chuck Kress. Kress has driven in a grand total of 0, but he's only had 12 at-bats. And there's a ground ball up the middle. And Durer has it, looks for the play, and then he has to eat it. And that's an infield hit for Chuck Kress, and he gets his first RBI of the season. It's 1-0 Chicago. Floyd Baker up there now. And there's a pop-up, third base side. That's Pesky going after that. He wobbles a little bit after that one, but he makes the catch for the out. And so now we go to the top of the fourth inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the White Sox, and here's Ted Williams. Popped way up, and he got a lot. That's a big league pop-up. Appling settles under that one, makes a catch for the out, and there's 1 away. Vern Stevens now, 0 for 1 today, takes the ball outside. Fouls that one away, 1-1. That's in tight, 2-1 on Vern. High, 3-1. Fouled away, it's a full count on Stevens. Ground ball up the middle past Michael's glove for a base hit. So if it's not Dom or Ted getting the hit, then it's Vern. Brings up Bobby Dewar, of course, infield and double play depth at the moment. There's a ball low. Dewar hitting 238, 0 for 1 today, and there's a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2 on Bobby. Inside, 2-2. There's a shot over to Judson. Turns around, throws over to, it was the second baseman, Michaels for 1. Over to Kress for the double play. Good fielding play there by the pitcher, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Score still 1-0 Chicago. I've mentioned that this is an important game for the Red Sox as Don Wheeler takes a ball high. They need to win this to continue to create distance between themselves and everyone else. 1-1 the count on Don, and there's a ball inside. It's 2-1. Ball 3 is a slider down and in. And there's ball 4, and Chuck Stobbs is not helping their cause. That's the 5th man he's walked. That'll bring up Howie Judson, the pitcher. You know he's going to bunt. Bunted foul, 0-1. And that's bunted at a miss. It's 0-2. He'll try again. Good bunt, and it does go to the pitcher who throws to Goodman, and Wheeler goes to second. I think it's the 3rd bunt that the White Sox have successfully made. Brings up Herb Adams with the runner in scoring position. Adams is 10 driven in. He takes a strike. There's a slider low, 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2. Curve is just outside, 2-2, and that's way high. Full count on Adams. That's low. And so that brings up Philly. Runners on at first and second with only 1 out. Philly, not much of a hitter against lefties, which Stobbs is, but we might not necessarily want him to swing away. And there's another bunt. Foul. It's 0-1. And that one's missed. It's 0-2, and it's a good bunt this time back to Stobbs, who has to throw over to Bobby Dewar. The runners move up. So runners again on second and third for the White Sox. They had the bases loaded in the first, a man on in the second, and then 2 on in the third. They scored a run eventually. And here comes Luke Appling with 2 on. Appling's 0 for 1, and they're not going to pitch to him. They'll walk him. And so up comes George Metkovich. Metkovich has walked twice so far in this game. I don't know if he's seen a strike. He's hitting 385, has a home run. Driven in 6 already and 13 at-bats, and there's a ground ball or a line drive to Pesky at third base. He's got that for the out, and like that, we'll go to the top of the 5th inning. It's a 1-0 lead still for the White Sox. And Zarilla comes up there, and he hits that one through the right side between Kress and Michaels for a base hit to right field. And that puts a runner on at first for the Red Sox. That's what Zarilla will do for you. You can get those base hits out of nowhere. Up is Billy Goodman, who takes a strike. And there's a ball inside, 1-1 on Billy. And that's low, but Zarilla not going anywhere, 2-1. High and inside, 3-1 on Goodman. And that's high again, and that's ball 4. And so runners now on first and second for Bertie Tebbets. And we'll see what the White Sox do defensively. Tebbets takes the ball inside. He is a good hitter, and there's a strike, 1-1. He could bunt, and there it is, and he misses it. 2-1, it was outside. And that's jammed, and that's up in the air, and Kress able to get under that one. So he grabs it for the first out, I'm sorry. There's 1 away, and here comes Chuck Stobbs, the pitcher. You got to believe he's going to try to bunt. They don't want him to hit into a double play, but no, he swings away and hits one deep to right field. Philly goes back on that one and makes the catch, and there's 2 away. It's really able to move to third. Here comes Dom DiMaggio. Really risky decision with Chuck Stobbs. You think he'd want to bunt. Dom takes a strike, then a ball inside, 1-1. And misses wide, 2-1. That's high, 3-1, so Howie having some problems, and that's low. Full count, ball 4. That bases are loaded is what I meant to say, and here comes Johnny Pesky. Pesky takes a ball, he's 0 for 2, and that misses, 2-0. Off the plate, it's 3-0 on Johnny. There's a strike, 3-1. That's blasted to left center field, but the left fielder Metkovich is there. He makes the catch for the out. We'll go now to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the White Sox. As I mentioned, this is a key game. You look at the standings, the Red Sox need to win this one. In fact, somebody was asking me, why don't you show the standings? Why don't you show the standings? So we'll look at the standings here for a second. As soon as you take a look at what these standings look like from this screen, you'll know why I don't show you the standings, because they don't look great. But there you go. This is what the standings look like. The Red Sox with a half-game lead over Cleveland, 1.5 games over the Yankees, 2.5 over the Athletics. And they need to win as many games as they can because Cleveland has played very well, and the Yankees and Athletics, of course, are both capable. White Sox might be in 7th place, but they do have this 1-0 lead. So up here is Kaz Michaels, who fouls one away. 0-2 now is the count on him. And there is a poor swing and a good pitch by Staubs, one away. Here's Chuck Kress. Slider upstairs for a ball. Staubs has walked 7, struck out 3. There's a fly ball to center, and DiMaggio's got that for the out 2 away. Floyd Baker now takes a strike on the inner half, 0-1. There's a ball low and away, 1-1. In the dirt, 2-1 now on Baker. Ground ball right side. Goodman has that and flips over to Staubs, covering at the bag for the out. So that does it for the White Sox, bottom of the 5th inning. We'll go to the top of the 6th, and it's a 1-0 lead for Chicago. Up is Ted Williams again. There's a ball inside, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Hitting 1 for 2 today. There's a strike to the Splendid Splinter. And a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. High, full count now on Williams. There's ball 4. So Williams, as he tends to do, manages to get on first base on the walk. Third one given up by Judson. Here comes Vern Stevens. There's a fly ball to right behind second base. Luke Appling grabs that for the out, 1 away. Bobby Doerr. Ball inside, 1-0. There's a shot over in right field. That'll go to the fence. This should score Williams, and it does. Doerr going around second, and he'll have a triple. Leg that one out. So with 1 away, it's a tie ball game, and here's Al Cirilla. There's a strike in the inside corner. 0-1, and then they're going to call that a ball. 1-1 the count. Fly ball center field. Adams has that for the out, and there's no chance to give Bobby Doerr. And it's a 2-1 lead now for the Red Sox. Here's Billy Goodman. He gets a base hit over to left, a blooper. So Judson, some bad luck, has given up his 5th hit. There's a ball inside now to Bertie Tebbets, 2 away, top of the 6th. 2-1 Red Sox, and there's another ball, 2-0. Red Sox with 2 runs in this inning. Out and away, it's 3-0. That's high and outside for ball 4. So that'll bring up Chuck Staubs again, and Judson has walked his 4th. There's a ball to Staubs, 1-0. And finally a strike, 1-1 the count. And that misses again, 2-1. There's another strike, 2-2. And Staubs with the swing and a miss and goes down swinging. He was tied up on that one. So we'll go now to the bottom of the 6th inning. A little bit of sarcastic applause there from the Chicago fans after that strikeout. That'll bring up Don Wheeler and then Judson. I think we'll leave Judson in. Ball high to Don. High fly ball right field. Cirilla having a hard time with that sun out there. This is the first game of the doubleheader, but he makes the catch, has to use his glove to shield his eyes, so there's 1 away. Here comes Judson. Judson's done nothing but bunt, and now he pops one up over to Goodman, the first baseman, and he makes the catch, 2 away. Herb Adams takes a strike in the knees, then a ball low, 1-1. Fouled away, it's 1-2 on Herb. Inside for a ball, 2-2. Belt to deep left, Williams drifts over and grabs that for the out. And so we go now to the top of the 7th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. I tell you, Staubs was lucky with that one. Dom DiMaggio comes up, and he bunts that one towards second. Michaels on that one and throws to first for the out. I don't know how hard he must have bunted that one to get it past the pitcher. 1 away, and here's Pesky, who takes a ball. Heck of a bunt. Fly ball over to center. Adams has that for the out. That was deep, but you know what Comiskey's like. 2 men out. Here's Williams, who takes the ball high. Ground ball first base line, and that gets through Kress, and that'll be over into the right field corner, and that's another double for Williams. He's now 2 for 3. Up comes Stevens, who's 1 for 3, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Ball outside, 1-1 on Verm. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Stevens, and Judson gets his strikeout. So we'll go now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. Here comes Dave Philly. There's a strike to Dave, 0-1. Ground ball second base, Doerr, good play, on to first, 1 away. Luke Appling now. There's a ball at his feet, and that was a little high, but called for a strike. That's inside, 2-1 now on Appling. That's fouled away, it's 2-2. Chasing a bad pitch. Fouled away again, still 2-2. That's high, full count now on Appling. There's ball 4, so Appling manages to get aboard with a walk, and that'll bring up Metkovich. George today 0 for 1, walked twice. There's a ball on the outside edge, 1-0. Ground ball left side, Pesky over to Doerr and on to Goodman, and that's a double play. We go now to the top of the 8th inning, and the Red Sox still with a 2-1 lead. Bobby DeWer now. Ball inside, 1-0. Hit to the left field corner, but Metkovich gets there in time. Makes the catch for the out, 1 away. Alzarilla takes the ball high. And then just holds up 2-0 the count, 2-1 the score. 3-0 now on Al, and there's ball 4 low. That's the 5th man that Howie Judson has walked, but not quite as many as Staubs. Staubs has walked 8. Here comes Billy Goodman. Foul of the way, 0-1 on Billy. There's a strike in the inner half, it's 0-2. Line foul, White at first. And that's a ball low, and that got away from Wheeler for a second, but Zarilla wasn't able to react. 1-2 the count. And there's a swing and a miss on one way off the plate. Goodman strikes out. That's the 6th strikeout for Howie Judson, who's not pitching that poorly. Here comes Bertie Tebbets. Takes a ball outside, 1-0. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Way outside, 2-1 on Tebbets, and that's fouled away. It's 2-2 now. High, and it's a full count now on Bertie. The ground ball past the mound. Michaels, very good play, throws over to first base for the out. And so now we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. Here comes Cas Michaels, who just made that good play, and he fouls one away. He's walked once, 0 for 1. Hits this over to right center, but Zarilla goes back and grabs it, 1 away. Chuck Kress now takes a ball inside, and a slider, 1-1. Another strike, 1-2 on Chuck. It's outside, 2-2. Off the plate, so it's a full count on him. And one Chuck walks the other, so there's ball 4, and that'll bring up Floyd Baker. And well, what do? Kress, a good runner, will try to hit and run. 9th walk given up by Staubs, and there's no 0-1 count as Baker fouls that away. Swing and a miss, now it's 0-2. Fly ball right field, Zarilla's got that for the out. Kress returns to first, so 1 away. Here comes Don Wheeler. Wheeler is 0 for 2 and takes a fastball low. That's another one off the plate, 2-0. Fouled, White at third. It's 2-1. 3-1 now as he took that inside, and there's a changeup just on the inside corner. Full count now on Don. And there's ball 4, 10th walk given up by Staubs. So 2 away, and here's the question, which is, do you leave Judson in or do you take him out? I think we have to take him out in this situation. I mean, what do you think? As always, I mean, let me know down below what you think. There's not much on the bench. Bud Showchalk, who actually I think started around this time in real life, will be the pinch hitter. There's a ball high to Bud, 1-0. A strike down the heart of the plate is 1-1. That's high again, 2-1. Low, and let's see if Staubs will walk him. Now there's strike 2, so it's a full count. And that's low, and Showchalk just able to lay off of that one, and so that loads the bases. 2-1 game, 11th walk given up by Chuck Staubs, and here comes Herb Adams. Adams is 0 for 3. He's driven in 10 this season. Actually hitting .315, not hitting too poorly. Big opportunity. And there's a ball inside, 1-0. Inside and misses, 2-0 now on Herb. And there's a strike, 2-1. Changeup, 2-2 now, and that was a poor swing by Adams. Should have watched that one. There's a swing at a pitch in the dirt. Talk about should have watched it. And down he goes. And so with that, we're going to go here to the bottom of the 9th inning. Need a new pitcher here for the White Sox, and we'll see what we can do. I think we're probably going to go here with Clyde Schoen. We have another game, of course, in this doubleheader, so we'll want to make sure that we have somebody else to choose from. Chuck Staubs will stay in the game. Takes the ball high and outside, 1-0. There's a strike middle in, 1-1. Inside, 2-1 on Staubs. A deep to center, Adams has that for the out, 1 away. Here comes DiMaggio. There's a ball that just misses, 1-0. Strike of the knees, 1-1. Popped up right side, and it's going to be Cas Michaels getting over there. Near foul territory for the out, 2 away, and here's Johnny Pesky. Pesky now a little hair under 300 as he's 0 for 4. 1-1 as he hooked that one foul, and there's a strike down the heart of the play, 1-2 on Johnny. Hit to the left side, Luke Appling, shortstop, throws over to first, and so we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox have been good but not sharp. Here comes Dave Philly, and Chuck Staubs has walked 11. See if he walks another one. There's a strike to Philly. That's high, 1-1 on Dave. It's up and away, 2-1 on Philly. A deep to right, and that gets past Zarilla, and that's a triple there for Philly. Oh man, that's a big hit. Good heavens. As crazy as this game has been, I think that we just had something even more crazy happen here. And so, yeah, we'll see what we can do about this. Big hit there for Philly. And yeah, we'll see what we do about this one. So there's a runner on a third base now. With Luke Appling up, nobody away, nobody out. Appling not a great bunter. Philly, though, a good runner. And so we'll swing away with Appling. There's a ball in the dirt. It's 1-0 on Luke. Ball 2 inside. 2-0 the count. Liner to the left side, but Stevens there to make the catch. 1 away. Philly able to get back to the bag in time. Here comes Metkovich, so another big hitter coming up. Appling now 0 for 2. Metkovich is already 0 for 2, walked twice. See if they pitch to him. There's a slider low for a ball. 1-0 to George. Fouled away. It's 1-1. High hopper shortstop, and well, I mean, do you try for home or not? He's a dead duck if you do, so we'll make them throw to first, and Metkovich does not get it done. So 2 away, here comes Cass Michaels. And they're going to walk Michaels, who's hitting 294. That'll bring up Chuck Kress. Now runners on the corners. 2 away at bottom of the ninth. There's a strike to Kress, 0-1. Hit deep to left, but Williams is there to make the catch for the out, and there you go. Very, very good game. First game of the doubleheader. Red Sox were able just barely to pull this one off 2-1. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was about as wild as it gets. Red Sox with the victory, despite having the potential tying run on third base with nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. But 2 men who were pretty poor bunters for the White Sox came up, and that's what she wrote. And we'll talk with you again tomorrow. Hope you have a good day. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.